It is 2025 and the WWE Universe is buzzing about one thing: John Cena's farewell tour. For 20 years, this man has been the face of the company. He has been the standard bearer, the one everyone looks up to. Love him or hate him, you have to respect what he has accomplished in this business. He has won 16 World Championships before this year, and now he has broken the record. He is a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. So when a guy like that says he's hanging up his boots, everyone pays attention. This is not just another retirement, it is the end of a truly historic era in sports entertainment. Every single superstar in that locker room wants a piece of John Cena before he goes. Why? Because a match with him is a badge of honor. It means you are on a different level. It means you are part of history. When you step into that ring with Cena, you know the whole world is watching you. It is a chance to prove yourself against the very best, the man who has defined what it means to be a top WWE superstar for 2 decades. It is a massive opportunity, and everyone from the newest rookie to the most seasoned veteran is lining up, hoping they get that call. For me, it is personal. I've been there. I've stood across the ring from him on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. I know what it takes to compete against him, and I know what it feels like to beat him. That is a feeling I will never forget. John Cena brings out the absolute best in his opponents. He forces you to elevate your game, to be smarter, tougher, and more resilient than you ever thought you could be. His farewell tour is a celebration of his incredible career, but it is also a final test for anyone lucky enough to face him. People need to understand that when John says this is it, he means it. He is not the kind of person who will have a farewell tour every other year. When 2025 comes to an end, he will be done with wrestling for good. That is why these last few months are so important. Every match, every promo, every appearance is a moment to be cherished. Fans should soak it all in, because we will never see another John Cena. He's a once-in-a-generation talent, and we are all witnessing the final chapter of his legendary story unfold right before our very eyes. My rivalry with John Cena is one of the most important parts of my career. It's what made me. It is what proved to everyone that I was not just some reality TV star playing wrestler. I was a main event player. It all started years ago, but it really heated up when I was the WWE champion. I was on top of the world, and Cena was the guy everyone expected to take the title from me. He was the company's golden boy, the hero who always came out on top. But I was not going to let that happen. I worked too hard to get where I was. Our biggest moment was at WrestleMania 27. I walked into that event as the WWE champion, and I was defending my title against John Cena in the main event. Nobody gave me a chance. All the so-called experts, all the fans, they all thought Cena would walk out with the championship. They saw me as a placeholder, just keeping the title warm for him. But I went out there and I proved every single one of them wrong. With a little help from The Rock, I pinned John Cena in the middle of that ring and retained my title. It was the greatest night of my life. That feud defined me. It showed the world that I could hang with the very best. It gave me the credibility I needed to be seen as a legitimate threat to anyone in the company. Fighting John Cena makes you better. You have no choice but to step up. He pushes you to your limits, both physically and mentally. Our battles were not just about championships, they were about respect. I had to earn his respect, and I had to earn the respect of the WWE Universe. Beating him at WrestleMania was my validation. It was the moment The Miz truly arrived. Even after all these years, the thought of one last match gets me fired up. It would be incredible. It would be a chance to close the book on one of the greatest rivalries of our generation. We have so much history, so much animosity, but also a deep-seated professional respect. To step into that ring with him one more time, with everything he's accomplished and everything I have accomplished, would be a spectacle. It would be a match that people would talk about for years to come, a fitting final encounter for 2 superstars who helped define an era. For years, I have been telling anyone who would listen about the real John Cena. I told everyone that behind the hustle, loyalty, and respect t-shirts and the never-give-up attitude, there was a different person. I saw it. I knew he was manipulative. I knew he was selfish. And I knew he would do whatever it took to stay on top. But did anyone believe me? Of course not. They all booed me. They called me a liar. They said I was the bad guy, the villain who was just jealous of their hero. I was the only one telling the truth. Then, at WrestleMania 41, it finally happened. The whole world saw what I had been seeing for over a decade. John Cena sold his soul to The Rock. He turned his back on Cody Rhodes and the entire WWE Universe to win his 17th world title. He became the very thing he always claimed to fight against. And what was my reaction? I was not surprised at all. I just smiled and thought, finally, welcome to the party, John. It was validating to see him show his true colors. The hero everyone loved was gone, replaced by the villain I always knew was lurking underneath. This heel turn is the best thing that could have happened for WWE. It has created an incredible buzz. It makes his farewell tour so much more interesting. Instead of a simple victory lap where he shakes hands and kisses babies, we're getting to see a dark, twisted version of Cena. It makes his matches more compelling. It makes his rivalries more personal. This is the John Cena that is not afraid to break the rules, the one who will do anything to win. It is a side of him we have rarely seen, and it is making for some must-see television every single week. Honestly, I believe this villainous persona is what he needed. It has refreshed his character and given him a new purpose in these final months. It has also helped his opponents. Look at what it did for Cody Rhodes. It made their stories so much more emotional and intense. Cena becoming the bad guy has created new heroes for the fans to cheer for. He is using his final run to not only cement his own legacy, but to also elevate the next generation of superstars. It is a masterful move from a guy who has always been a master of this business. Despite this dark turn, I do not believe for a second that John Cena will end his career as a villain. I have known him for too long. Deep down, that hustle, loyalty, and respect mantra is still a part of who he is. This is a temporary detour, a final, fascinating chapter in his story. I predict that before he takes his final bow, he will find his way back to the light. He will remember what he means to all those fans, especially the children. And he will end his career as the hero we have always known. The WWE Universe will get to give him the send-off he deserves. That is why I want one last match with him. It would be the perfect story. The Miz versus John Cena, the A-lister versus the GOAT. The one man who always saw the truth about him, facing him one final time. Imagine the promos, the mind games, the intensity. It would be a collision of two of the biggest personalities in WWE history. It would be a match built on years of rivalry and respect. It would be a chance for me to prove once and for all that I was always on his level. It would be, in a word, awesome. To all the fans watching at home, I want you to appreciate what you are seeing. Do not take these moments for granted. Every time John Cena walks down that ramp, you are witnessing history. You are seeing the final performances of one of the greatest to ever step inside a squared circle. Whether you are cheering for him or booing him, make some noise. Let him know he has made an impact on you. These are the moments that we will all remember years from now, telling our children and grandchildren about the time we got to watch the legendary John Cena's farewell tour. These final matches are more than just contests. They are memories in the making. They are the last brushstrokes on a masterpiece of a career. For the superstars who get to share the ring with him, it is an honor. For the fans who get to watch, it is a privilege. So enjoy the ride, enjoy every five-knuckle shuffle, every attitude adjustment, and every promo, because when he is gone for good, and we will all miss him. Now, if you will excuse me, I have to go make a phone call to WWE management. I have a main event to book.